The staking saturation point. Ethereum developers just proposed a mechanism to aggressively cut the network's own security budget to stop an unlimited staking spiral. EIP 8361, introduced this week, implements a tapered issuance burn. Right now, about a third of all ETH is staked, and under the current curve, the network keeps issuing new tokens to pay validators no matter how high that ratio gets. EIP 8361 intercepts that math. Instead of altering base rewards directly, it deducts and burns a portion of validator payouts every epoch, ramping up to a 100% burn rate if staking reaches 50% of the total supply. It forces the net staking yield towards zero once half the network is locked, replacing an artificial yield floor with a strict market ceiling. But restricting the economics of the exact operators securing the chain comes with an immediate, hostile reaction. The Validator Veto. The immediate trade-off for Ethereum is a massive yield compression. At today's 1/3 staking ratio, consensus layer yield would drop from roughly 2.6% down to 1.2%. Because this proposal targets the revenue of the validators running the network, early community sentiment has been fiercely opposed, with staggering rejection rates in preliminary snapshot votes. While Ethereum researchers debate whether to force validators to take a pay cut, Solana is simultaneously voting on an entirely different mechanism to choke its token supply. Solana's 14x burn multiplier. Solana validators are currently voting on a bundle called SGP-0003, and the underlying mechanics are drastic. The first half, SIMDO550, doubles the network's annual disinflation rate from 15% to 30%, accelerating the timeline to reach their terminal 1.5% inflation rate by 3 full years. But the second half, SIMDO553, is where the engineering gets aggressive. It scraps Solana's static transaction fee structure in favor of a resource-based model, where fees tied to actual compute are entirely burned. Estimates project this will increase daily SOL burns by up to 14 times, from around 650 SOL up to 9,000. Both networks are aggressively pulling their monetary levers in the exact same week, revealing a much deeper shift in protocol design. The Real Implication. The real implication of EIP 8361 and SGP-0003 is that the era of subsidizing network security with endless token dilution is ending, replaced by hard ceilings on validator extraction. By proposing a tapered issuance burn, Ethereum is admitting that overpaying for security creates unnecessary issuance that severely dilutes non-stakers without adding meaningful economic defense. Meanwhile, Solana's shift to resource-based fee burns acknowledges that massive transaction throughput means nothing economically if flat fees fail to capture the actual compute value being consumed by the hardware. For network operators, protocol engineers, and fund analysts, the calculus of staking is fundamentally changing from a guaranteed yield mechanism to a heavily throttled utility function. Networks are treating their tokens as engineering artifacts that need tight supply constraints, not infinite printing presses for operators. The immediate indicator to watch is the August 18th voting deadline for Solana's SGP-0003, which will prove whether a decentralized network can actually coordinate validators to voluntarily vote against their own short-term emissions. Subscribe for more.